What is up to everyone? Welcome to game number 16. As always, I'm going to do a little bit of a summary of the past events. Today's actually the 19th, as you can see, so I took a slight break, one day off. I don't think one day will put me in a time crunch or anything of sorts. I think it was really just to clear my head because it's been a lot of chess the past few days. But anyway, if I'm to look at the results, I only played 4 games, and I actually went 2 for 4, so my worst day of all of them so far. Not only that, but most of my games were on white, and I have not won all of them. My accuracy was only 82%, so what I learned is that there's a lot of lines that I'm not really familiar with. So the most common in the Orangutan is, of course, b4 and they answer e5 or d5, but in the case that they answer with like an f6 or something, or a knight right off the bat, I've been kind of not as well informed on how to play those positions. So I'm just going to have to do some more studying, is basically what I found out. So I dropped the rating point, which isn't bad. I'm excited to get into another game. Let's not play 3-minute. Let's do a 30-minute. Let's put our game 16 more so in the middle. There we go. I'm sure I'll eventually find a match, but 30-minute matches aren't the most popular. I'm at a rating range where it's going to be harder to find opponents. Might as well fill out the starting rank. 10-19. Let me cancel that. Try again. Don't know if it'll help at all, but one thing I've been contemplating doing is starting up a new channel for strictly chess stuff. This one I've kind of been doing League primarily, and then chess as well. Thinking about making a channel for just chess. Okay, we have a game. Noel Lolo. Peak is 1812. But he's been struggling to even get to 1700 recently. Okay. Kind of want to try this line out. that a line that I learned in the Levitsky, because normally in an opening you don't want to move the same piece more than once. And that's just because then you won't have as much coverage on the board, because each piece can only provide a certain amount of coverage. Whereas if you have multiple pieces out, you have more squares being covered. Anyway, so you don't want to move your knight twice, but in an instance like this, 2 moves, even though I move the knight twice, I'm causing his bishop to have to move, so I essentially don't get punished. I don't know, it's a weird idea. I kind of want to try it out. I think the best move in the line is probably just c4, but I do want to try it. Yeah, but c4 just looks too good. I'm going to keep that in the back of my mind. I could still do it. Yep, he has 1 bar. Internet might not be too good for him. Or her. Okay. Very interesting. We are not in anything that you would consider theory at this point. So he's obviously aiming at the b4 square, but that's not actually hanging. Just going to develop a knight, I think. Yeah. I could play d4 if I want to. Okay, so now b4 is actually hanging. So one thing I could do is just play b5. Actually, wait up. Since he took my knight, maybe... Huh, maybe this still isn't hanging. It's interesting. Yeah, believe it or not, I think b4 still isn't hanging, just because of the variation he chose. Yep. Yeah, so I'm a piece up here. Very weird game. I enjoy it though. So I was just doing some thinking recently about how this opening isn't very good at the top levels. And I was just thinking about how I would want to be one of the people to kind of bring the opening into the mainstream openings, if that makes sense. And I was also thinking that I don't necessarily have to make this my main repertoire. I don't really want to take on G7. I'm just going to take my free piece. Because I'm scared of this move. Yeah, why not? I'll play D4. What do I want to do? I'm thinking Queen B3, Queen D3. Start wreaking some kind of havoc. Guess I'll go B3, see what he does with his pawn. Okay, so he does move forward 2 squares. So I'm going to put this onto a better diagonal. I could probably just meet that with A4. And he might play this. In which case maybe just Rook C1. So not only do I have a whole piece on him, I also have all of my pieces on the board, like doing something. His rook's not activated, his knight not activated. I've got both rooks, queen, bishop, and knight activated. I don't think this game's gonna last too much longer. Knight e5 is the move I'm thinking of next. Maybe even Rook c5. I actually really like Rook c5 as well. Okay. Plant this knight on e5. Now he's got to play something weird like f6 to kick the knight. In which case he's about to have a whole bunch of weaknesses. Okay. That one I wasn't quite expecting. Ooh, I have a dirty tactic in mind. Never mind, I don't. I thought I did. Trying to spot a really nice checkmate. I don't have to, but I feel like it's good tactic practice. Might as well do it. F4, F5 is the idea I have. It does endanger my king, but end of the day I'm trying to improve, so the more forced positions I can find, the better. I'm gonna try to bait him into playing F5. But whether he likes it or not, F5 is probably gonna be coming for me. Okay. I guess I'll bring him back to F2 for now. It does kind of feel like he's doing more harm than good with these moves. I have F5 on the horizon. Knight D7, huh? Okay. Well, I still want to play this move. Alright. Do I take now or in a little bit? I'm going to take now. Okay. So now I want to try to sneak my knight back in. Or do I want my bishop on f5 first? I'm going to get my knight in. And if he goes queen d5, I'm going to go bishop c4. That's interesting. He actually chose to defend instead of trade off the queens. Which way do I want to do this? With the knight, I imagine. Gotta be careful because at the end of this series of exchanges, e3 is hanging right now. It's not like he has no compensation for that piece. He does have a pawn. If I give him another pawn, it's easily something that could be drawn. Props to this guy for making me fight. I think he might be losing the knight. Oh, yeah, I guess he just resigns. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna go back to not reviewing games, like certain games. If there's one that I feel like I want to review right away, I will. But this one I just kind of got a piece early, so no real reviewing needed. Thanks for tuning in. Catch you game 17.